Hello everyone, welcome back to Ramon at Home. Can you believe it's Wednesday again? Where is time going? Anyways, that means that today we have a brand new video for you and I'm gonna share with you how you can decorate your Christmas tree on a traditional theme. It is very woodsy, very elegant. I really think you're going to enjoy it. So if you are interested, please stay tuned. Don't forget to like this video and share with your friends. Actually, as a matter of fact, give this video a thumbs up because that really helps the channel and I really appreciate it. If you already subscribed, don't forget to turn the notification bell on so you're notified about every single update. And leave me a comment down below and let me know if you've already decorated your home. Have you started? And what is your theme? I want to know. All right, are you guys ready? Let's get started. Do you guys remember that in our last Christmas tree video, I told you that this particular kind of tree that is like really fluffy and there's no armature in the branches is more for designing. Think of when you're making a wreath or a swag or a garland. This is basically the same thing. This is not to hang ornaments on it because there's nowhere to hang ornaments. It's just to design. So today's design is going to be very traditional, woodsy, foresty. And to change the look of this particular Christmas tree, I'm gonna use a few of these beautiful long needle pine garlands. And I bought this at a little store in Kansas. And this, I would not design something woodsy and foresty without any of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start up here on the top and I'm going to attach this by adding a few of these bristles and just twisting them. And you guys will see how this will change the look of this tree so much. So basically what I need to do is I need to go ahead and swag it like this. And then I'm gonna come down, but I wanna make sure that I attach it to the tree really well because I really wanted to come down like this. And I'm gonna go here. I used this also on I think I used it on my mom's stairs 2 years ago. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's been 2 years since I decorated my mom's house for Christmas. If you guys have not seen my mom's home tour decorated for Christmas, I'm gonna link it on the icon right here so you can check it out also in the description box below. That was perhaps one of my favorite videos that I've ever done decorating my mom's house for Christmas. It was so much fun and so meaningful. All right, so once you have it like that, I have another piece right here. And for this one, I'm gonna go over here on the bottom. And I'm gonna continue right here. And just make sure, like I said, grab a few bristles. Sorry if I'm giving you my back a lot, but sometimes you just have to do it. Like this. And then over here in the back. Once you attach your long needle pine garland, what you need to do is you need to go in there and fluff every single branch like this. Make sure that you give them some life, like so. And I'm gonna go ahead and attach right here. And I want this to go up all the way, so I'm just gonna go ahead and attach right here. How pretty is this, you guys? And I'm going to attach like this. So that gives us a different feel, but this guy does not wanna stay. You know what, I'm gonna change it, because I don't think it's gonna stay. So basically I'm just gonna go up one and then down. Now we're talking. All right, so I'm gonna take a second to fluff all of this and I'll be right back with you. Okay, since we're going for a more traditional and natural look, the next thing I'm going to add is going to be some of this magnolia foliage. You can use any of the magnolia foliage. I have this long one that I've had for years, but then also they sell this particular one here at Hobby Lobby on a bundle. So if you guys like magnolia, go to Hobby Lobby. They have the best magnolia for your buck. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this magnolia and just start to add all over the place like this. And you want it to kind of stick out. So 1, 2, we're gonna add 3 on this side. And what we're looking for is texture. We wanna make sure that we add some texture to this tree before we add all of the pretty things like ribbons and ornaments and pine cones. Look at this, how beautiful is this? Just make sure that it pops out like that. Let me go over to this side. You guys, decorating your Christmas tree should not be surgery. Some people just treat it like surgery. I feel like some people just do it and then redo it and then redo it until they are happy with it, which is fine, but you have to keep in mind that it's not surgery. It shouldn't take that long. And as long as you love it, you know you've done a good job. And I just encourage you to keep trying until you love it, but don't let it overwhelm you. It can be overwhelming, but because we let it become overwhelming. All right, so I've added some magnolia and I'm loving the way this is looking. I'm gonna get my ribbons ready and I'll be right back with you. Okay, before we get started with the ribbon, I want to invite you to come and join me on my Instagram for daily Insta stories, behind the scenes, and all of the things that you don't get to see here on YouTube. We're having so much fun out shopping, and that's where I do the little mini hauls and take you guys shopping around in all the various stores and share with you all of the things that I get that is going to be used to be put in this video. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, the links are down below. And also don't forget that we're doing Facebook Lives every Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time over on Facebook. That's also down in the comment section below, actually in the description box below. Let's get back to the video. Okay, so to do our ribbons, I have two types of ribbons. I have this beautiful plaid from Shinoda Design Center. I also love this ribbon. It's made out of a texture kind of like burlap, but it's printed with this beautiful plaid or tartan plaid. I also love it. And then we're gonna use some of the ribbons that I already had, and we're gonna use this velvet with a gold back, because this is about the only gold there's going to be on this Christmas tree. And this is also the ribbon that I used in my mom's house, so I encourage you guys to use what you have. Then of course I have my wires right here we're going to be using. Okay, let's get started. So I need to shut up and get to work. If you guys are enjoying this video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends, because I want them to know what we're doing here at Ramon at Home. All right, so I'm going to cut right here, but first I need to find my scissors, you guys. Hang on one second. All right, I'm back. So what I need to do is dovetail. You know, we always start our ribbons by dovetailing them so they're finished. So what I'm going to do, this is going to be something different. We've done loops going like this. Well, we're going to do something different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do maybe a single loop. I'm going to do a single loop because I don't want this ribbon to be so overpowering on the tree. I want it to be simple because it's more of a woodsy theme, so I don't want it to be too glammy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up here, and I'm going to add this, but not on the very top. I'm going to grab a branch. I'm just going to push all the way in, and I'm going to attach right there. So basically just one loop. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one loop right here. Now the beauty of this particular long needle pine, I remember when I lived in Kansas, I loved to go running on the trails, and my favorite time was the fall and winter because you could see the trees turning and the evergreen always stay green, and it was just my absolute favorite. All right, so I'm gonna go over to this side. Remember to do bigger loops because we want the ribbon to show after we put all of our goodies in there. So bigger loops like this. Isn't that beautiful? And I love it with all the greenery. To me, there's nothing prettier than tartan plaid during the holiday season. It just, to me, screams Christmas, hence my shirt. And I love it. I just love how traditional. You see some evergreens and some tartan plaid, and it just says holidays are here. Get on with the program. All right, so I'm gonna cut right here. Dovetailing, and every time you're about to use your ribbon, just dovetail first. Then I'm gonna go over to this side, and I'm gonna start over on this side. Sorry if I disappear for a second, but I'll be right back. Famous last two words. So basically I'm not gonna do any loops, just attach the ribbon. But what I'm going to do is do a big swoop right here. And I'm gonna attach with this guy right here. And this tree actually came from Hobby Lobby, and I was there today. And to my delight, it's back, because therefore for a minute it wasn't there because I need to buy another one just like it, because these are the ones that are gonna go outside on these particular urns, and I cannot wait to show you guys my home tour coming soon. All right, so I'm gonna put this guy right here, and I'm gonna go right here, and so I'm gonna cut like that. Look how pretty that is. So now what I want to do, I think I have plenty of this ribbon. I want it to just be attached. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna use some of this beautiful ribbon right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do some kind of bows. Let's see, let's do a 2 loop like this, and you want them to be kind of fluffy like this because it's gonna be used more like an ornament. So we're gonna attach with our wire right here. Always making sure those tails are dovetail, because if I come to your house, you guys, they're not dovetail, I'm gonna ask you for a pair of scissors, okay? So where we did a swoop right here, we're gonna add a bow. Just remember to push all the way in. with your wire. Then you want to fluff this bow. Look how beautiful this is. And then these tails, you just want to make sure that you kind of swoop them like this. So some of the gold shows. Let me do another one. That's a perfect way to reuse some of the ribbons that you already have used. Look, I had all of these ribbons from my mom's staircase. So now what I'm doing is I'm just making bows and using them as ornaments on my Christmas tree. So there's a 2-loop bow. Then I'm gonna grab one of these wires. What is your Christmas theme this year? Leave a comment down below and let me know, what is your theme? What is your color scheme? So I have one right here. I'm gonna add one right here. Isn't this starting to look very traditional? I love it. All right. And then I'm gonna make sure that I fluff these tails like this and like this. I'm gonna add a few more of these red bows and I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Okay, before we go any further into this video, I want to talk to you real quick about ribbon. This is 4-inch ribbon, and as you guys can see, it really shows in the Christmas tree. If you were to use a 2.5, it's going to get lost. 2.5-inch ribbon is just to wrap presents and to make bows with it. But if you really want your Christmas trees to stand out this year, look yourself for good quality ribbon. It is an investment. I know some of it can get really expensive. I'll leave it up to your budget. I buy according to my budget. But what I do want to let you know is that there is less expensive 4-inch ribbon in multiple places. So look for a wider ribbon so it shows better in your Christmas tree this year. All right, let's get back to the video. All right, everyone. So the next thing I'm going to add, after I added the ribbon, the magnolia, and the long needle pine needles, I want to add some of these really ginormous pine cones that I found at Hobby Lobby. And I want them to really come out like this on the tree so they really show. So what I'm going to do is I have a pipe cleaner on them because they're long. And so I'm going to go in here and I just want to let them rest on my tree, but I want to make sure that I attach it to a bristle right here on the back. So I want them to really show because they're very natural. Let's see, where else do I need one? I need one right about here. Maybe right about here. Just stick your hand in there and grab a bristle and attach it so it doesn't come crashing down on you in the middle of your Christmas celebration. We don't want that. That's a no-no. It's happened to me before. Like that. And then I'm going to add yet another one up here on the top. Probably right here. I'm going to remove this magnolia and I'll put it back in just so it covers some of the mechanics, but I want it right here. So what I need to do is move and finesse all of this. And remember, we always go back and fluff at the end. We will not leave this house without fluffing all of our ornaments. Now I'm going to add this magnolia back in here like that. And as you can see, it just covers some of that mechanic. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of these really natural ornaments that look almost like pine cones, but they're not. And I'm just going to add those all throughout the Christmas tree so they look very natural. I'm going to go over to this side. And so you just want to find the bristle like here and then attach it. And here's a secret. If you want it to look like it's just growing from the branch, just swirl it around and let it rest like that. I also want to add some towards the bottom so I keep elongating the shape of my tree. So I'm going to add one right here. And I'm going to add another one over here, like that. And I'm going to add, let's see, where do I need another one? I feel like we need another one right over here. Just let your eye dictate where is it that the ornament wants to live, like that. All right, so now I'm gonna bring in some ornaments and I'll be right back. Stay tuned, I think you're gonna like it. Okay, what's gonna give this tree a bit of a glam look is going to be a few of these gold ornaments. So you guys know that I like to wire them together, and I'm gonna start on this side over here and I'm gonna add one. Just wanna make sure that I push it in so it's not sticking out from the tree and it's not taken away from the shape. I feel like I need another one probably right here. And what I like about these ornaments is that they are larger than normal. This is your large, medium, and small. Anything smaller than this, I would not put on a tree like this because you would lose the impact of it. So I'm gonna add one right here. And look how I'm pushing all the way in. So they basically just peekabooing into my tree. I'm gonna add another one Let's see, and I have to kind of get away from it to see where is it that I need the ornament to live. So I'm gonna add one right here, and I just stick my hand in there and look for a bristle and then just attach it once or twice and let it hang out like this. All right, so now I'm gonna add a few red ones, and I'm just gonna add 2 because we have a lot of red with the ribbon. So I'm going to add, remember when you're adding ornaments, you wanna cluster them together so they are living together like this. And they look, well, they show better than if you were to just polka dot ornaments all throughout the tree. So I'm gonna add one right here. And now I'm gonna move on to just a few green ones. I wanna add about 5 of the green ones to kinda represent the green on the ribbon and to also give us that traditional look that we're going for. So I'm gonna attach one right here. And the beauty of having these wires, you guys, this 16 gauge wire is that you can basically put this ornament anywhere you want. So I'm gonna add one right here to the top and watch how I'm going to just attach it with a wire to one of my bristles right here. And just like that, you have an ornament placement. All right, let's see, where else do we need another one? This is looking really, really, really good. I'm gonna move on to this side over here. I feel like we need, maybe right here. Maybe right here. I'm having so much fun. I'm sure you guys can tell. All right, I have a few more I'm gonna add and I'll be right back with the next step. Keep watching. Are you guys learning something by watching this video? If you do, be sure to give this video a thumbs up because that really helps out the channel. Now let me talk to you about picks before we add them into the tree. This is my favorite item to add to any Christmas tree, swag, or wreath because it really changes the look of your tree. This is what I call the flyaways. It gives your tree dimension and it just adds that extra sparkle, as you guys can see, that your tree really needs, and it's added at the very end. You can find various picks in various different stores in various budget or price ranges. So look yourself for some picks that you are going to add to your Christmas tree and totally change the look. Let me show you, and I really think you're going to like this one. Stay tuned. Okay, if you've been following Ramon at home for any amount of time, and if you've seen any of my decorating Christmas trees, you know that I do not do a Christmas tree without flyaways. And for this particular tree, I found some of these beautiful flyaways at our local store, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding those, and I'm going to start right here on the top. Remember to give them a little bit of a curvature like this. I'm going to do it this way so you guys can see the glitter. So basically I'm going to start up here on the top, and what this is going to do is going to give it that three-dimensional feel to your tree. And I'm going to add one right here, and it's going to start to create that beautiful designer look on your Christmas tree that you are looking for. Look at that. It's just gonna add that sparkle, that touch that it needs. And you just let your eye dictate where is it that you want your flyaways to live. So basically you have garland, ornament, ribbon, flyaway. If you can get a hold of all those 4 items, you're always gonna have a gorgeous design Christmas tree. And I am loving the way this looks. I'm gonna add one right here. And don't be afraid to like lift some of the things that you have in it. Go ahead and fluff it and insert the things that you need to insert because that's what's gonna give your tree life. And I cannot wait. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram because I wanna see your pictures. I wanna see your Christmas tree. Send me a DM, send them to me on Facebook. I really wanna see what you've done this holiday season. Look at this, you guys. It's all about the flyaways. I have a few more that I'm going to add. I'm gonna add one right here. Remember to fluff like this. Look at that. How gorgeous is that? Right, I'm gonna add one right here on the back. I have a few more I'm gonna add. I'm gonna give it a fluff and I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Okay, so let's recap real quick. First of all, we had a basic Christmas tree. Then I went ahead and added this beautiful long needle garland. Then I added the ribbon, I added this plaid in the red with the black gold that I think is absolutely gorgeous. Then I added some magnolia and some pine cones and some really natural looking ornaments. I added a few glistening ornaments. Then we added this beautiful pick. It is absolutely gorgeous. So now what I'm going to do, this is what a bundle of this magnolia looks like from Hobby Lobby. So what you want to do is you want to look for spots that are empty and you want to go ahead and add some of your magnolia to add more depth and dimension right here. You want to add it in between ornaments. Perhaps even lift this ribbon right here and just add some of that magnolia so it gives your ribbon some life. I feel like right here we need some because it looks kind of sparse. So we're going to add some magnolia. The same with this area right here. So basically just go ahead and insert this and fill it in. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. I do, however, have to make sure that it stays. Okay, I'm gonna add one right here. And I'm going to add, let's see on this side, oh, one right here. All right, you guys, so the last item I'm going to add is going to be this gorgeous pig that I ordered from a tiny little shop in Kansas. You guys know that I love to support local and small businesses, and Presley Pierce Interiors is a tiny little shop back in Atchison, Kansas. He's actually a 22-year-old young kid that is so talented. So he opened up his own store, and when I saw that he had this on his Christmas tour on Instagram, I went ahead and ordered some because I just thought that they would be so pretty with this particular tree. And look how beautiful this is. Every single stem that you see right here, it's wired, and it just gives it so much life. So I'm gonna show you real quick how I'm gonna add it. Now, Presley ships all over the United States, and I'm gonna leave his phone number down below if you guys want to order some of these gorgeous stems, because if you are doing a natural theme, I really think that you should go get them. They're only $9.75 a piece, and you would be supporting a young dreamer with your purchase, and you will change the look of your tree. But look at this, every single little stem has a wire to it, and I'm gonna add it to my Christmas tree, and it's going to give it so much life. So I'm gonna add it right here. I'm gonna open up and push it, and look how that just extends. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. So pretty. When I saw this on his open house, I just knew I had to have it for this look. And like I said, every single bit of greenery that you see, it's wired. So they flop so beautifully, and I am just in love with it. Look at this. I added one right here. I added one right here. I'm gonna add one to the other side and one going down. And so basically all I need is 4. If you like this, go ahead and give Presley a call. Like I said, he ships all over the United States, and his phone number is going to be down below so you guys can support him. I think I'm gonna have to call and order some more because I want them for the mantle too. Look how gorgeous this is. If you just take a minute to fluff every single one of them, you guys, and just give them some life and character, and then I'm gonna cross over to this side. You add, like I'm gonna add this one over on this side, right here. And look at that, it just extends the shape of your tree. You can attach it right here with your ribbon. You can give it some bend, you can bend them, you can split them, and it just gives it that natural look. I'm gonna finish and I'll give you a close-up. Stay tuned. Okay, so I want to show you a close-up of what the tree looks like, all decorated in a traditional woodsy theme. I love the way this turned out with the big pine cones and the glitter on the stems, the ribbon, and all of the ornaments. It just turned out so beautiful. The magnolia just gives it that very natural feel. And the ribbons are very traditional to Christmas, which makes me want to go somewhere and have a coffee and sit outside on a woodsy park. I hope you guys like it. I cannot wait to read your comments. All right, you guys, well, that's all I have for today, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, and if you learned something new, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and share with a friend. Invite them to come and join us here at Ramon at Home for the rest of the holiday season. We're actually just getting started, and I cannot wait to show you the rest. All right, well, if you haven't seen the candy cane tree, I'm gonna link it up right here, or you can just watch more videos right now. Thank you guys, until next time, bye.